0.5 at the doorway.
Really?
Yep.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting.
A doorway?
Ooh, I went to four microtesla's on the doorway. That's it.
0.2.
I don't know.
0.1.
Well, we like to use our keeper.
Yep, that's why.
That's why.
Okay.
That's why. There's electronics in that door that are setting the meters
It's dark in here.
So these are the turners, the
The little white. The little
That's
white
her.
lady. There she is.
That's
Oh
her.
my gosh. There she is. Well, hi. Thank you for walking by.
I'm covered.
Will, hi.
I am too.
Well,
Thank you so
hello.
much.
Well,
Look at that.
The pictures aren't on, but we're getting temperature
Yeah.
spikes on the
Well,
mail room.
goodness gracious. She's adorable.
Right up to their pictures, there's nothing. But
That is-
yeah.
That's very cool.
No, I absolutely, well, I absolutely saw this little old gal back there with the white hair, curly
Yeah.
hair, and just straightening things up and just doing little, you know, basic things. And there is that blows my mind. When I get validation, I get confused. You know, but
There
also,
she is.
But also very excited. That is the woman that I saw. Well, thank you so much for showing up. If you want to talk to us, we'll have a little chat too.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
That's
Hope
so,
you're like what we're doing with the place.
I think they do.
I think
they
so.
Good.
That's so cool.
Oh yeah, look at that. So,
Oh, yeah, 'cause
that's
that's
not
the-
paranormal. That is detecting the metal detectors. So as you see, the electronic equipment mess with these meters, and it's supposed to.
Whoa, yeah, I got a 4.0 back
Yeah,
here.
these things are putting out quite a bit of EMF.
You don't want to
But
hang
know
out
what,
in
Finn,
it.
You would not want to live in this.
No.
No. Any readings?
My body's giving off readings.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling plenty.
Never investigated a library before.
So where would you like me to go?
I'm gonna turn off
Tell me
the,
where you want me to go.
Where should we go?
Shoes over here.
We got so many.
Mm-hmm. We like to follow them wherever they go.
That sounds fine.
Oh, cold spot.
Cold spot.
Cold spot. Yeah, I saw her messing around right in this area right in here.
Okay. Dropped about 0.2 of a degree right there. Not a lot.
Okay.
Just a little.
A little bleep.
Well, at least we know who it is.
No, I kept seeing this little gal with white hair. I'm like, who is this? Who is this little gal wandering around out there? Why is she out there? And well,
There we know.
now we know.
No bleeping. Just that one little
That's a
spot
scientific term, you know.
over there. Very scientific terminology. What did I say on the last investigation? We're getting a little trifieldy over here. Very
Yeah.
scientific.
We're portally or trifieldy.
Oh, portally.
A little poorly.
Getting a little quarterly. Yeah, not a lot of,
Thanks.
Do you think she likes to hang out in the kid zone?
Hi, dear.
Howdy.
Filming you, filming me, filming you.
I just thought I'd do a little full spectrum.
Yeah,
That was good
all that's
fun.
Because it's always fun.
It is. No, that is. I almost wonder, like, she messed with the REM pod, but I'm almost wondering if, like, they would talk, or maybe we should do a little SLS, or maybe I can run a little bit of the stick.
Why don't you fire up the portal and we'll do that? I want to show them the portal, and then we can finish up with some SOS.
Sure.
Let's do that. All right.
Okay.
We're gonna fire up what we call a spirit box.
11 spirit box. This is spiritual communication with the other side. So this is something that is done with a lot of respect and a lot of protection, and I do open it and close it properly.
Yeah, and if you ever watch our videos, she's actually the only one who ever is even allowed to touch the spirit box. And then Wendy, myself, John, nobody but Melissa is allowed to touch that device because she's the empathic medium. She does the spirit communication. We take this super seriously. Only she even touches that device. She's the only one that even opens the box.
Okay. It's an open and
We're
closed
super
space.
serious.
At Mare Island.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go, and I didn't get a chance to go. And my voice and my name came over the spirit box at Mare Island.
Wendy.
It's Wendy in my voice, and I'm.
Wendy? Did I say Wendy?
It even sounded like her.
Wow.
And I'm like,
No, it's not Wendy.
no, that was so bizarre.
We had an instance on a case where Melissa was asking questions, the spirits, and her question, her voice came out over the spirit box. Well, these things don't have microphones.
Right.
I
It's just a
where I
radio, so-
slipped into their realm is all.
We were having a
fine.
it was a rather intense discussion with a rather negative
It was
energy.
a negative entity, and I was giving it what for and letting and not being aggressive, not being taunting, not that kind of stuff. I don't like to sort of rile them up, but I did need to let it know that its behavior was unacceptable, and then I couldn't treat this lady like this anymore, and it got belligerent with me, and then I said, no, you can't, be here, and my voice popped through the spirit box. Inadvertently. But
that was the case that I got the bruise on my hand. Something pulled my arm, and the next day I had a bruise bigger than my own hand.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah,
that's why we say it actually can be quite serious.
Yeah.
With this device, number one, it's going to be loud. Number two, there's a little bit of feedback that occurs sometimes, and it sounds like a thunderclap coming out of this. Don't be alarmed. You guys even can pull up chairs if you want and get comfortable. But it will be loud and obnoxious, so just FYI.
Yeah.
But if you hear responses that make sense to you, go ahead and let us know.
So the static electricity and compresses it, and then releases it as a static discharge, which is why it sounds like a thunderclap.
Yeah, it can be kind of obnoxious. So all the spirits here, especially the Turners. Since I saw you guys, I'm going to be talking to you guys, and if you want to come talk to us, come yell at this box over here. Well, I'm glad you're playing with the meters.
They love the temperature sensors.
But I'm going to turn this box on here in a second, and I would like you guys to communicate and just let us know how you feel about what's going on here, and if you need anything. We are operating as a as a fully volunteer organization. We often do get charitable donations to help further our mission, and that's kind of how we do. I mean, a lot of this we pay for ourselves, but it's always nice when a little love comes our way. Thank you.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very delicate balance.
Hey.
Is anybody here that wants to talk?
Sometimes they're just real quiet too.
Yeah, that's the other thing with this is that, like we said, with my gift, I don't control the other side. Even with this, if they're just happy wandering around the library, then they're just happy.
Now we're getting it dialed in.
Yeah. This takes a little bit of playing with it.
Ear breaking.
Come on, guys.
That's a discharge we told you about.
Ow.
You guys? Okay, enough of that.
Can you tell us your name, please?
That's awful.
Yeah.
Well,
You guys work with me here. Hello? Is it Spirit?
yeah.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, yes, that is who we are. And that is who you are. Would you like to tell me your first name?
Sounds like they're gathering around trying to figure out how to use it.
And this is the one thing, we spend hours and hours and hours playing with the dead, and trying to get them to interact. Sometimes they'll really enjoy one device over another.
Yep.
They
they
absolutely
get.
never control. And she's still standing out there just like, no, I play my own thing. I don't know what you people think I need to be involved in this for.
Jesus, you saw us,
I'm built this library. I'm having a good time over here. You kids play over there now. Just you go on and play. That's really what I hear from her. You go on now.
You go on now.
Sometimes they're not interested in coming through on the box, and we don't hold them on.
And then there's sometimes others are holding others back from speaking.
I'm always willing to try to give them their voice. Thank you.
That was weird.
And we've had investigations where they won't shut up.
There we now we're dialing. Took a minute, huh? You can talk to us. We just want to know if you're doing okay.
Having a nice afterlife.
Ooh. That's interesting. Huh. It's also the squelch. Hi.
Hi, that was
Hi.
Claire. You sound like a kid almost.
I know, that's weird.
Hey, you ever seen a squelch on TV?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently that guy has. You've seen CB before?
What does CB stand for?
Well, that's not what we want.
That's not it.
That's not the right answer.
Hello.
Said something now. Yeah, this is the quietest I've ever heard him.
Very quiet.
How many spirits are here? Can you tell us that?
It also gives a lot of credence to the fact that it doesn't give you a lot of randomness.
Right.
That it's just not, talk. I mean, there's actual significance. If it's meant to say something, it's actually going to say something. If they want to go play with the books, they're going to go play with the books.
And we get static.
And we get static.
Yep.
Nothing attaches to any of the investigators. Nothing attaches to any of the equipment here. Nothing attaches to any of the people participating this evening. These are the rules, these are the boundaries, and you will follow them. Is that clear? Well, I will make it clear. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. And good night.
And that's how you close the spirit box session.
Yeah, we got like 3 or 4 little hits. Like they were distinct responses, but it wasn't like a full back and forth chat. And we've had it where they're just
totally chatting back and forth,
giving us all kinds of information. This is and this is
that's
fine.
good because you don't want a whole lot
That's
of
very
chit chat.
good, yeah.
You don't want a whole
Honestly,
lot of.
all I've seen is 2 old people walking around having
And
a
they're
good
the
time.
ones that built the place, so they're
And we have
fully.
got some REM pod hits, which I think are really kind of neat because that has to be something breaking that field. So I think that's pretty awesome. But I think we may as well just go ahead and
See if we can find some stick people.
Do the SLS camera, and we basically just everyone follow behind. Wendy will be following and recording it, and we'll just kind of walk around the library and see if we get any stick people. You don't have to. But it sure
would be fun.
It sure would be fun, and we like to have fun in the library.
We like
Libraries
stick
are supposed to
people.
be a fun place. Oh, yay!
Oh,
did you get one?
We do.
Hold on.
Get on it.
I'm having issues. Oh,
Where'd you go?
oh, come back!
Come back.
She hopped over the.
Right.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well, that was cool. One stick person.
One stick person, okay. Can you? Well, let me see if I can follow her.
Oh, she just appeared.
Where?
Hold it steady. She just appeared and then disappeared.
So she's like going this way. Okay, so.
Can you guys see okay?
There she is.
Hello, darling. How are you?
And then she
And
disappeared.
she disappeared. It's like she was sitting at the chair down there. Like I mapped her right by the chair.
Yeah.
Could you come back, Mrs. Turner, please?
Glad you're here.
Thank you for coming by.
No chance it was napping the chair.
That
No.
doesn't map in any
Not the way it was angled. No, it was like a lady sitting in the chair. It was a small frame.
Little polite. Come back.
All right, let me get closer to her. Damn it!
Oh,
Meow
so
mix.
shy.
Drat. Oh,
There
there.
it is.
Hi.
He's standing on the table. He's waving. Come. Ah.
glare.
He is, he's totally waving.
Hi, dude.
Hi. Hello. Oh, look! He's sticking his hand up. Look at
How
him.
are you?
Thank you for having us. Wow, he's excited.
Are you having a good afterlife?
Part of it's just, the mapping, but he's definitely waving.
He's literally standing on the table.
What are you doing?
What on earth is happening right now?
Whoop.
Sorry.
That is odd.
I'm multitasking here.
And it doesn't map nothing.
No, it's. I think he's dancing and waving at us because
How you doing?
because he's
Remember,
standing
it's a stick
on
figure.
the
It
table.
sort of looks like it, but that's just his arm.
What are you doing on the table?
Thank you for waving to us. Could you wave to us if you're Mr. Turner? Well, you're waving anyways. And
I don't know.
there it goes. And there it
Bye.
goes.
Thank you.
That's pretty cool.
That was good. Good
Did
out.
not expect to get stick people in the library.
No, like, here's the thing. There is nothing here, like, you know, sometimes you think, okay, well, if it's a coat rack, maybe it'll get confused. This is a flat surface.
Right.
We're getting a mapped figure on a flat surface. That's when I pay more attention
Sure.
to it. If it's something that you could maybe say it's something else, I constantly am throwing evidence out constantly because I want it to be perfect and I don't want to rile people up unless it's something. A nice flat surface, that's paranormal.
That's a stick, dude.
Mr. Turner did it in the library with the table. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, dear.
Awesome.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, dear.
Well, at least he played ball more than his wife. He was.
She never know.
She was just being kind of
Well,
shy.
they're a nice couple.
Very nice couple with a lot of love and respect, especially a couple as honorable and kind of as
Absolutely.
them. They're not here for our entertainment. They're not circus freaks. They are just humans who have transcended the body, and they do deserve respect.
They love this library so much that
They're still hanging
they're
out.
still here. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think that they deserve a lot of honor. And God, that hair just that gives me like the chills. That is exactly what I
Exactly
saw.
what I
Yep.
saw, yeah.
In that,
That's right.
and then this little, you know, just kind of puttering
One
along.
of our friends of the library, like the president of our friends of the library, just passed away just a few weeks ago.
Really?
And he was also a little white-haired man.
Really?
And he is actually the person who enabled me to do a lot of the stuff that I do here with the young people.
So maybe I was seeing him too.
So that just occurred
Yeah,
to
it could
me.
be either or maybe I saw both.
This is their area. This is where they fill all of their books up.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
'cause
cool.
I saw a guy right over here, but I
Yeah,
also identified male energy with the female.
right.
So maybe they are two different men.
That was something that just occurred
That's
to me just
absolutely
now.
possible. Yeah.
Yeah.
What was his
Sometimes
name?
I just sense them.
His
And they
name was
wouldn't tell us their
Ken.
name.
Ken.
Ken McDonald.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Well, Ken, if you want to show up, you can
Pop in.
pop on in.
Love to see ya.
You can come join the party too. We would love to have you participate.
A lot of times we get something that's called orbs, which is just balls of light, and then we have to look at what those are. A lot of times orbs are just dust, pollen,
Mostly.
they can bugs. They
That's
can
a
be
living
lot of
human.
things.
That is
But
a
if
living human.
but if
See
they
how
like-
it
if
maps
it's
a
like
human?
through glass, like we've seen them do, that's different.
Oh, that's totally different. Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's a real human.
So that's what a real human looks like.
And then if somebody pops up next to him, we've got
start to
something
ask
going on.
So hey, Ken, do you want to pop up and stand in here with us? We'd love to say hello. It would mean a lot, unless you're busy doing your afterlife stuff. And that's fine too. This is a group effort here. Ah.
Oh,
Say
I
one
see
again?
something.
That's gotta be Mrs. Turner.
And she leaves.
I never get her.
She's a shy little one.
As soon as we try to document, she's like
Well,
gone.
Thanks, Mrs. Turner. We appreciate it. So and this is what's very interesting. Sometimes we get 0 stick figures and a ton of spirit box hits, and sometimes we get all stick figures, and you know, and really very few spirit box hits.
Yeah.
We really don't
variable.
We don't control them in any way, shape, or form, and it's really interesting what modality they're you know, which equipment they like. They seem to like the REM pod, and they seem to like the SLS tonight. That's fine.
That's cool.
I mean, if that's what they like, that's what they like. I can't
And they
make
all
them-
love the temperature sensors.
They do, and I'm not going to tell them what they can and cannot mess with
Right.
if they're interested in one piece of equipment or another.
They just nobody in here.
Mr. Turner, Ken, neither of you play chess? Or Mrs. Turner?
There was something.
There's something.
Oh, that's interesting. Are we going here?
Yes, I do.
Going to team center? Looks so important.
Yeah, honestly, education is really, really important, and people often, you know, forget about just the good old-fashioned library where you can learn so many things. It just kind of sprung into my head that the show was telling you about dead files. You know, Amy does all the medium stuff that I do, and Steve DeShavi does all the research. He finds out about the history of the land, the house where the client is. He does all the background, and one of the places he goes is the local library. And,
every investigation.
And almost every investigation.
Well, that's where the archives are.
Yeah,
You have a local history section.
Yeah, he looks up records of property records of the houses and the land and the other history that happened in the area. And he also goes to, the historical societies and all of that kind of stuff. That really matters to resolving somebody's case sometimes. They find out, oh gosh, there was a site of a really horrible battle, that happened in that location, and wow, what's that all about? And I'm just making sure it was mapping real humans, okay. And it's places like this, and libraries really are integral, and they're actually pretty integral to paranormal investigations. So don't forget these places.
Well, not all just meters and beeping. There's history to be done here. And it can make a difference in the resolution of a place. Wendy tends to be our researcher and our historian. And,
I find things.
And Brent dives into it a little bit as well. And their research, because I go into a case cold. I don't know what's happening. I go in there to do the feeling part and then all the meters. And then I start picking up things. And then Wendy's like, well, by the way, in my research I found, and it's very similar to the structure of, how they work on the dead files. And you've got to know it all. If you actually get passionate about learning about this kind of stuff, do the work. It's
do the work and the research.
It's not just screaming around the house in the dark with meters. It's not. It's caring for the spirits and caring for your own energy and caring for your clients that you are helping.
And knowing what kind of energy you're dealing with.
And knowing what you're dealing with. I mean, if you're just touring the big locations where there's nothing, you're not actually going to bless the space, then you still want to learn the history of a space. If you go to the Queen Mary, you go to Preston Castle, you go to the Winchester, you're going to learn the history because the docents there will tell you. And so that's still, really, really important. But if you're going to actually help a physical, family, do so with a little bit of love and a little bit of respect.
Yeah, because nobody wants to be bullied or be yelled at.
No. And we deal with a lot of bullying spirits. And
that's for sure.
I know. But I almost had one. As you can see, though, this piece of technology. It's cool.
Just stand still.
Which direction? Left or right?
Left.
On the right on the screen.
On the right on the screen, so I have to go pan left.
Yeah, in the area she was kind of hanging out before.
Are you still there?
Are you still there?
Hello.
She's so elusive.
I'm not here to hurt you.
Yeah.
I just
Don't
want
be afraid.
I want to show you that I care about and respect your space, and this is a beautiful library. And so we're just here to show that this place is full of love. So feel free to run up to us and say hello.
And learning.
Please feel free to come up to us.
Be nice to see you again.
Yeah. She just blips in and out, doesn't she?
Yep. A little pop in.
She's a pop-up.
Pop up.
Pop and go.
They do. And they can.
And those are automatic lights, or are they turned off for a good reason, correct?
Yes, they are automatic lights that turn off after a certain amount of time, right?
Yeah. That is comforting. But you see, I have to ask this.
Say yes, because most of the lights that there are.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I asked the hard questions,
Never been here late enough to say that.
Worst case scenario survival game. I love it.
Well, it's not quite. It's not past 8 yet, and we close at 8 on regular nights.
Oh, okay.
If all of the lights were gonna go down on us, like when I worked at Davis that one time.
Oh, that everything
after
shuts
hours
down?
Program, and all the lights went off in the whole building at 10 o'clock, and it was almost
like-
terrifying to me and 15 teenagers in the pitch black.
Now
That sounds like fun. That was
entertaining.
Good stuff, yeah.
I would call that productive. We got a plethora of stick
That's pretty cool.
humans.
Very interesting.
Very cool.
That was very interesting for me too.